I'm into fashion because it's essentially wearable art, and it's art that has a function. And I think I was really interested in art for a long time, but the only problem I had with it was that I didn't really know where it could go and where it stood in the world. But with fashion, you're really making something for someone, and it has a function for people all around the world.
Personally, I don't think it has to be practical, but I mean, what's a t-shirt if you can't wear it? So, somewhere in between.
Our teachers definitely give us the freedom to sort of discover what kind of fashion designers we want to be and the kind of things and clothing that we want to create on our own. So they give us the skills to create those things, and then in our 4th year we really have the freedom to create a collection that is all about who we are and what we want to produce.
We facilitate this sort of education by having a very broad program. So it's not just fashion design, but it's also experimental design, textile design, print design, even subjects related to graphic design, because designers working in the fashion industry have to have more than just one skill in what they do. They have to be versatile, and next to actual fashion design also be capable, for instance, to photography.
Just have a bigger frame, and then you can do lots of experiments in one frame.
The first year we were experimenting a lot, so you learn about different fabrics and what's existing already in the world. And with that knowledge you can also make better fabrics and make really beautiful material combinations. We also have a beautiful workshop place over here, so you can print screen. So there's also the techniques you can print here. You can work with foil, so they learn also lots of techniques, what they can use as well in their own work.
That's something I have to say really about this study, is that it's built up that you can start without having any knowledge of sewing and still be able to sew quite well in the 4th year. So the build-up of the study is very well thought out of.
What we think is very important is manually drawing, sketching, not afraid to do that. And we really want to see an eagerness to go beyond yourself and try out new things and not dwell in what you already know. That's not an academy mentality.
So every week we have the nude model drawings, so you really get familiar with the human body. We go to the anatomical museum, where are several bodies, where you can see them, how they work from the inside. So you really get to see how the muscles are interconnected. I think it's really important for fashion because you work with the body. You put art on the body, so you have to be familiar with it. And by drawing, you explore the body by looking at it with your eyes. So week by week, you get more acquainted with the human body.
Definitely the most valuable thing I've taken away from this program is being able to draft my own patterns from scratch. I think that's really special, just learning the basics of clothing making and really honing those skills. It's really good for going into the fashion industry because any brand wants to hire someone who's very well versed in patterns. It's sort of tricky. I mean, patterns are sort of math, but once they're done, it's such a relief because then you can cut it out of your fabric and sew it together, and that's really what is special about it. You see your creation come to life from something that may take weeks to perfect. Every little thing that you make, it's sort of a personal feat. It's sort of a personal success because you've learned maybe a new trick. You've learned how to sew a button fly or a zipper fly or a side seam pocket. And those are just valuable little skills you take with you into your fashion career. And you can look back on past garments you've made and really learn from them. You have to be confident in your decision in fashion. It's not something that is just sort of a fun 4-year course that you can make your own clothing. It's a real devotion to a craft. It is a craft. It's teaching you how to make your own clothes, which is a craft that has been passed down generations. So it's something to really take, personally, if that's something you want to devote 4 years of your life to. And if so, then I think this school is great for that.